Hey guys, quickly before the video starts, be sure to give it a like. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter at twitter.com/sheriff_VD. I also live stream at twitch.tv/sheriff_VD. Links for all this are going to be in the description below, as well as other important things such as ebooks and other things for you guys. And Jesus fucking Christ, don't forget to fucking subscribe! Guys, you both video here back on me, Madden 17, and today I got a nice play out of the Carolina Panthers offensive playbook, the I-Form Pro. Now what this play is primarily going to be used for is a 2-point conversion or like a quick pick up a first down, but this play is only going to work if the smart route is only going to be 2 or 3 yards. Now I'm going to go ahead and try and explain that the best way possible, but first I'm going to show you guys who you really need. Make sure that your fullback is probably more than likely a tight end that's going to be able to come in traffic. You know, he's got to have decent route running and decent catching because there's a chance that he gets the ball. We also want to make sure that this man right here, your first tight end, not your fullback, your actual tight end, is going to be a decent receiving tight end. So we're going to go ahead and putting Zach Ertz there. This probably isn't the best guy that we could put there, but I mean like a Dallas Clark or someone would be fine there. And then you can even go cheaper than that, and I don't even know who's cheap, like a Jared Cook, probably like a gold Jared Cook. I don't know, someone with decent speed, decent route running is going to be able to catch the ball without dropping it. Having said that, we're going to go ahead and jump up into the play, Texas. Defense is random play because I feel like it should work against everything. I've been running it for a while now, so let's just go ahead and show you guys the adjustments. First thing you want to do is motion your A or your X receiver over, depending on what console you're in, to the left. So to do that, all you want to do is hold RT or R2 and then hit the A button or the X button to move over to him. And then you just want to go ahead and hit left on the D-pad to motion him over to the other side. Once he's over to the other side, what you want to do is smart route him. To do that, you want to hit Y or triangle, A or X, and then RB or R1. And you're going to see he's going to go ahead and just break right at the goal line. So that's why this play is only going to work if it's a 2-point conversion or if you need 2 or 3 yards. So this play will work. It just will only work depending on where the first down marker is or where the end zone marker is. So that smart route is always just going to go to the first down or the goal line, whichever is closer. It's very important that you know when you could run this play and when you can't. That's why it's great for 2-point conversions. And that's actually the only adjustment that's necessary to make. There are other things that you could do just in case. For a beginner, that's pretty much the only adjustment you need to make. So what it's going to look like when I snap the ball is he's going to run a slant route actually to the left side instead of over the middle of the field, which is really cool. And people used to have to do like all sorts of glitches and stuff to be able to get that route to happen. And all you got to do in this is if it's, you know, first and short or second and short. I don't even know why I said first and short. But if it's second and short, third and short, fourth and short, or you're on that goal line like I am right now, or a 2-point conversion, you're going to be able to just motion the guy over, smart route him, he's going to do a quick slant to the outside. So let's go ahead and snap this ball. And if he's not open, which he isn't right there, we just go ahead and hit this man out of the back. And you guys can see he's easily able to fight forward for a couple yards. So you can have a fullback there, you can have a running back there, or you can have a tight end there, as long as they're going to be able to come up with a catch in traffic if need be. So once again, we're just going to go ahead and motion that man over. And this time we're going to be able to snap the ball and immediately hit him. You guys can see he does a super glitchy outbreak. You guys can see we're easily able to hit him right there, right in between the zones. He's going to get open in man coverage as well. It's just a little bit more tricky to hit him. So what you want to do is snap the ball. Once again, same exact thing. Unfortunately, Ertz isn't the best at catching a traffic, so we're going to end up dropping it. In reg teams, you can't really be too mad because the tight ends aren't that good. So let's go ahead and snap the ball. Once again, we're going to be able to do it. Unfortunately, I don't know if I said unfortunately or not, Wentz is going to pass lead a little bit too much. So the more throw power, the better. That way you can dot it in between defenders. Like if you have a Michael Vick with a Gunslinger, or if you have Brett Favre with Gunslinger. If you got Gunslinger, this play is literally invincible because you're going to be able to throw it in between defenders so easy. You guys are able to see he breaks open more often than not. That time he got kind of a weird bump, and I should have known that, because there's a lot of people standing there. Like right now you can see there's a lot of people standing over there, so you really want to be cautious, and you're probably not going to be able to throw it, but of course that time we are, because they're going to be blitzing off the left side. That's what you pretty much have to watch, is whoever is standing there. You guys can see it right now, it's crowded. There are 2 people standing over there, so when you snap the ball, you want to watch them. If they're going to stand still, then he's not going to be open, so you're going to go ahead and look over at your RB receiver. So let's snap the ball. They're going to come down, so he's going to be open over the top. And I'm going to go ahead and go in instant replay and show you guys what I mean by that. Like I said, there's 2 people standing right there. The one guy, number 90, he's actually going to be blitzing, but there is a chance he drops back in coverage, but we're primarily looking at 32 and 31. So you guys can see when I snap the ball, Orlando Scandrick, number 32, is actually blitzing. And I think he's blitzing as well, or he's in a QB spy. One of the two, but you guys can see the 2 people standing there to where he's going to cut are no longer standing there, which means it's going to be man coverage. So this guy's going to be covering him, and there's no way he's going to be able to catch up with him. And that's a lot of people like to cross man, especially in goal line, because a lot of the time you're looking over the middle of the field. So if they cross man, he's going to be wide open because there's no chance in hell they're going to be able to get all the way from the other side of the field to cover him as he breaks to the outside. So you guys can see there's literally no one standing on the left side except for Sean Lee, who's going to be in man coverage against the X receiver. So I am going to go ahead and predict that he's going to be wide open, that he is. So if whoever is going to be up against him in coverage is on the right side of him before you snap the ball, he's going to be open, and if they're on the left side of him, he's probably going to be covered, depending on if it's zone or if it's man. So you motion the guy over, which means it's probably going to be man coverage, and he's going to be standing all the way over to the left side, so he's probably not going to be open if that's who he's manned up with. We're going to go ahead and snap the ball, and that stands true. Hit our X receiver or our RB receiver instead, because he's going to be open. So I'm going to go ahead and go in instant replay and break it down for you guys once more. This time you could see, you guys were able to see when I moved the guy in motion, number 32, Orlando Scandrick, moved in motion with him, which means he's probably going to be manned up with him. You guys can see I actually might be able to force this pass in if I do a pass lead to the left, but it's better just not to go for it if you can see that the guy is on the left side of him rather than the right, because that means he's going to be in much better position. But you got to keep in mind, depending on the tight end, his route running, because this is a very, very glitchy route. So you guys can see he breaks very, very quick, and he just gets Orlando Scandrick turned around. But a lot of the times, like I said, if they're going to be, if the man they're in coverage with is on the left side of him rather than the right, I'm usually not going to look for it anyways. You guys can see in man coverage, this play is going to absolutely torch it. You don't want to hit him before he breaks. You want to wait till right after he breaks. You guys can see right there. Either wait right after he breaks or wait for him to start breaking and running towards the end zone. But I usually prefer just to hit him right as he breaks, because like I said, if you hit him before, the balls are going to bounce right off of his helmet. So we'll hit him right as he breaks. We're going to be able to easily rack it in for a touchdown. We're going to go ahead and move the man in motion over one more time. Smart route him. We're going to go ahead and do this one more time. You guys can see he's probably going to be manned up with 31 over there, Byron Jones. So if that's so, we're going to have to hit him either right as soon as we snap it, or we're going to go ahead and look at our RB receiver. We're going to go ahead and snap this ball, and you guys can see our RB receiver is literally wide open. That's what we're going to hit. Our A receiver was definitely covered, so we decided to go ahead and look over at our RB receiver. What's good about this play is a lot of the times zone and man isn't going to be able to cover either of these routes, so it's going to come down to your opponent's user, and they're not going to be able to user both of these guys. So either they're going to have to make crazy adjustments and man everyone up, or man 2 people up with A and 2 people with RB, or 2 people up with A and then user RB. And if that's true, then you're going to be able to run it, because this is I-form formation. You're going to be able to do some glitchy fullback dives, some super glitchy stretches, and some halfback tosses, a bunch of stuff like that, because like I said, you guys are in the I-form formation, which is heavy for the run. So if they're going to come out in a heavy run stopper, then the odds are one of these two are going to be open. And if they're going to come out in a play in coverage, then you're going to be able to either audible to a run or come out in a run, but you don't want to come out in this over and over again. And inside zone is a very, very glitchy run. You can see when we do inside zone, it's going to move the man over. All you got to do is move him right back over. That's kind of going to give away your audible, so just make sure you know what you want to come out in beforehand. You guys can see with inside, of course he fucking block sheds stupidly quick, but that's just the Eagles offensive line for you. You're in I-form formation, which means it's going to be super, super glitchy. Just motion the guy over. You can see he's going to be manned up with Sean Lee. Sean Lee is going to move over to the left, so that's who he's probably going to be in coverage with. Normally, under these circumstances, I would probably audible to a run. You guys can see the left side of the field is completely open. We're going to throw it anyways. You guys can see we're going to snap the ball, immediately hit our A receiver because Sean Lee is backed up pretty far, and we're going to be able to get that catch. And that's what's super, super glitchy about this, is even if they are manned up, if they're backed up too far, like Sean Lee is backed up, you're going to be able to hit him right as he breaks in front of him. So that's what is so crazy about this play. Literally no chance at that, because Sean Lee is so far back. He is manned up with him, but like I said, he's so far back, he's not going to be able to do anything. So that's pretty much all there is for this play. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you guys did, definitely give a like, comment, subscribe. Follow me on Twitter. It's going to be down in the description below. And as always, guys,
Swerving on the 405.